Hey, it's Gene from the Assisted Living Network, transforming your home into senior housing, renovating, converting it for assisted living. You know what? A lot of people have a home that they've lived in for years. The kids have moved out. Now that home has gotten really big. There's some extra bedrooms, and they're wondering, is this home the right home, a good home to conform, to transform, to convert, to renovate, change into assisted living? And the answer is maybe. But let me lay out the groundwork for you. There's kind of a couple of levels when we talk about senior housing. Senior housing can go anywhere from just independent living. Somebody lives in a home that is senior safe. Maybe some grab bars were installed by the bathrooms and the tubs and the toilets, and maybe some of the trip hazards were taken out, like throw carpets or shag carpets with big thick padding underneath. Maybe it's a smoother, harder surface so that there's no trip hazards there. Maybe if somebody needs a walker, the doorways were widened. Or maybe those grab bars were installed and maybe there are other systems, maybe electronic systems within the house to make it technology-wise safer for seniors. And that could be anything from smoke detectors that are being monitored by an outside service to cameras within the home so that you or somebody on the outside can see what's happening on the inside. It could be fire suppression. All those things are potentially parts of senior housing. But let's go back, your home. If you want to convert this into senior housing, the first level is kind of independent living and think senior safe. So senior safe. Now, I also want to, when I say senior safe, grab bars, smoke detectors, wider doors, take out trip hazards, but I also want you to be thinking that some of you, whether it's yourself or a loved one, it could be a mom, a dad, a grandma, a grandpa, somebody may be living in that house all alone and they've got extra bedrooms and you're wondering, could this be assisted living? Now, assisted, that means somebody's there to take care of them. But again, I want you to keep it down on this level to begin with. Think golden girls or golden boys. That home itself was designed, it's a home, but it maybe has 4 bedrooms. There's 4 different people living there. They're probably not related. Maybe they're friends, or they are now because they're living there, but that home itself. Now, if you have a home right now that is maybe on a single level that could be converted to 4 bedrooms, and maybe there's at least 2 bathrooms, so there's 2 people to a bathroom, or maybe you add some extra bathrooms, that could be a good transformation or conversion from your current home into some senior housing. The rent that you would charge, and this is the only time I'm going to talk about rent. In residential assisted living, we have residents, they don't pay rent. We provide a service for them. But in that model, where it's that golden girls or golden boys model, the rent that you're charging could be anything that you want, anything they can afford, but let's just say it's higher than normal rent because you're including certain things like maybe utilities, upkeep on the house, maintenance on the house, and maybe some other basic things as well like cable TV. Now you could split all of those bills amongst all 4, but imagine if instead of renting the house for $1,200 or $1,500 a month, you were renting each bedroom for $1,000 a month, and it included all of those things. So a senior wouldn't have to worry about what is the bill for the utilities or how much is the cable bill. All they know is that all of their bills are taken care of. All of the house maintenance is being provided for. They don't need to do anything. They just call a number, somebody comes and fixes whatever. So instead of collecting $1,500 a month, you're collecting 4 bedrooms, 4 people, $1,000 per, you're collecting $4,000 a month. Plenty of extra money to pay for the utilities and upkeep on the home, which you'd want to have anyway. And you have a low impact tenant. They're seniors. They're not raising Rottweilers or dissecting Harley Davidsons in the family room. They're much more low impact seniors and residents in your home. Their profitability just shot way up. You know, a lot of people look at a home and say, what can I do with it? Most people just say, I'll sell it to another family. We're a family, they're a family, sell it to them, we move on. Some people think differently and they say, well, senior housing, what can we do? We've described that. Some people say Airbnb or renting it out on a short-term basis. Now, those of you who have been in Airbnb understand that that can be great income, but we can also have a lot of vacancies. And that transition when the cleaner comes in and the next person moves in for a day or 2 or 3 or a week, there's some issues with that as well. Seniors, they're there. They're there for the long term. They're there for the long haul. And the next step for them after an independent living could be assisted living. So now let's think about your home, converting it straight into the assisted living. What differences would there be? It's still going to be senior safe, but now for sure we're going to have those grab bars by the toilets and the sinks. and the showers, as well as the smoke detectors, maybe even the sprinklers, fire suppression. Probably widen the doorways in case they have walkers or wheelchairs, and you need to get it ready because assisted living means they have assistants, so that means there's going to be caregivers that are there. They're not necessarily living in the house with them, live-in caregivers, but if you are doing it that way, there might be a room that's designated for the caregivers. That could be on the second floor, by the way, so the seniors are on the first floor, caregivers on the second floor in a basement area where they have a break room or maybe a bedroom of some kind if you do the live-in. But the conversion itself, fairly similar, senior safe, but there may be a few more requirements to make sure it's appropriate for assisted living. Now, we're never going to do a skilled nursing or a nursing home inside that residential home and setting. On the exterior of the building, though, we also want to make it easy for that person to pull up a car, get into the front door, so circular drive is great. There should be some parking there for those seniors if they have cars, but in assisted living, they typically do not have cars. They're no longer driving. That circular driveway on the exterior could be good as well. Providing the maintenance on the outside, the landscaping, the exterior is also a big part of that as well. So transforming your home by converting it into senior housing, whether it be Golden Girls and Golden Boys, or whether it be assisted living and all of the benefits that come with that I've shared with you many times before, either of those can certainly be done. Being close to different activities as well, libraries, grocery, shopping, movies, those kind of things are more important for independent living, Golden Girls, Golden Boys, than it is assisted living. Assisted living, they're going to be in the home most of the time. People come to visit them. This is Gene from the Assisted Living Network saying do good and do well. If you like what you've seen and heard, please subscribe.